Alright guys, welcome to a brand new video today, and you guys have been saying you can hear me breathing in between my sentences, and I'm very sorry, because when I started doing YouTube, my microphone was terrible, so you have to speak really loudly, right? So I'm basically yelling into the microphone, and I've kind of developed that habit over time, so I still do it, and when you talk really loudly, it's not like I'm 1,000 pounds and I can't breathe when I speak. It's just that when I speak very loudly, basically yelling into the microphone, occasionally in between sentences, you're gonna hear a nice little you know, I gotta get some air. But anyways, in this video, we are back on Aston Martin's account, and we are reviewing and going over a brand new shotgun, the Perfect Paradox, and I believe this one isn't a reskin. I don't know, but it looks cool to me. I like the design here. But anyways, going over the perks, the first perk is Rampage. Kills with this weapon temporarily grant increased damage, stacks up to 3 times. And then for the middle row of perks, you have a choice between 3 different perks. The first one is Accurized Rounds, which increases range. The middle perk is Steady Rounds, which greatly increases stability and slightly decreases range. And then the third perk option is Flared Magwell, which slightly increases stability and greatly increases reload speed. And then for the barrels, the very first one is Full Choke. Titan Barrel reduces projectile spread when aiming down sights at the cost of precision damage. The second barrel, which is the one that I'm using right now, is Rifled Barrel, which greatly increases range and greatly decreases handling speed. And then finally, the third one, Smooth Bore, Smooth Shotgun Barrel, greatly increases range at the cost of more projectile spread. You do not want to run this. Basically, anytime, like, you'll see range and like you look at the bottom right, you see all green, so you'd assume it's a good option. But if you look at the description, there's something that doesn't show up on those stat bars, which is projectile spread, and you don't want that on a shotgun, so do not run Smooth Bore. Alright, so moving on into how the weapon feels and plays in PvP. Unlike a lot of the weapons that I put on this channel, this weapon actually has some really good perks for PvP, the main one being Rampage. And if you might have missed it earlier and you weren't paying attention as I was reading off the perks, basically what it does is once you get a kill, it will increase the amount of damage your weapon does for a short period of time and stacks up to 3 times. So unlike Destiny 1, where you have shotgun ammo basically all the time, right? You're rarely ever getting shotgun ammo in Destiny 2, you're gonna want to reserve it for making big plays, right? And what I found is that I always try to be really aggressive with my shotgun, and I'll slide into a group of like 3 to 4 people, mainly like 3 people, and I'll get 1 kill, but then I try to slide at the next person, and then my weapon just nearly doesn't kill the next person. So if you're using a shotgun aggressively in Destiny 2 and you want to make big plays with it, this perk helps a lot with that. So throughout my first like 4 games with it, I was convinced that it had to have been one of the heavy shotguns, something more like the Dead Orbit shotgun, because this thing was killing people from Africa regularly, and unlike the Retrofuturist, it was like never blanking, right? Like with the Retrofuturist, I feel like randomly my shots just disappear, but so far I really haven't had any issue with this thing. Like, it's been very consistent and it has treated me well. Additionally, I think 100 RPM shotties and Rampage work really well together. You rarely get shotty ammo in Destiny 2, right? It's not like Destiny 1 where you have it all the time, and generally if you sneak up behind like 2 to 3 people, they'll kill you because chances are one of them is gonna have a shotgun too. It's a lot different in Destiny 2, right? You can make really big plays if your shotgun is working. So if you get a shotgun like this one that is 100 RPM and has Rampage, you can actually do really well with it, right? Like, a lot of times I just want to run in like a crackhead and get as many kills as possible on a big group of people, and when I use the Retrofuturist, I can get like 1 to 2 kills maybe, but generally I don't have enough range or damage to finish off, you know, more than 1 or 2 people, and Rampage allows you to do that. I don't know if you missed it, maybe you were not paying attention, but what Rampage does is with each kill you're going to stack your damage, and it goes up to 3 times. So if you run into a group of people, right, you get the first kill, great, now you have increased damage. You get the second kill, you get even more damage, and that gives you enough damage to pretty much snipe whoever is left. So for me, like how I play, it fits in perfectly, and that's why it's one of my favorite shotguns. I know this doesn't really actually do anything, but I just wanted to note that I also really like how it looks. So at the end of the day, it's a 100 RPM shotty, which is my favorite archetype. It also has one of the best perks you could get on a shotty, especially in Destiny 2. So, you know, if you want to go and get it, I could not tell you. I don't know how to get it because Aston got it, not me. And it's not like I'm trying to bait you into giving me more money and making a separate video, because I will not be making a separate video on how to get it. But if you just look it up somewhere on YouTube, I'm sure there will be a very good tutorial that will be crystal clear as to how you can get one. So if I had to rate this weapon, I would rate it 9 out of 10 potato heads possible. And if you're already subscribed and you want to make sure that you do not miss a video in the future, go to my channel and click on the bell to enable post notifications, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace!